Welcome and welcome back, my dear Taropals, to another Pick a Card, Pick a Pile, Pick an Image reading. There was a reading I made around ancestors and ancestral healing. I think it came out yesterday and then I had to take it down because something's wrong with the audio. So this comes as literally an impromptu, like I almost didn't make this. It's a Wednesday evening, 10 o'clock after work, but just randomly was so inspired after a full 12-hour shift to do this. And this happens rare to me. Okay, like I typically would think of what topic I want to do. I'd be kind of mulling on it for a while and then I'd kind of get to a video. But today was different. I just stood up, felt inspired, and the topic was very clear. What now? What next? Okay, that is what we're looking at. Now, this will, of course, it's a wide topic, which would mean that you may feel drawn to more than one pile. Obviously, it's a general reading. Number two, it's also possible that the timelines will vary. And of course, like any other reading, while these general readings are supposed to be taken as entertainment with a pinch of salt, take what resonates, leave the rest. In this particular reading, I have a feeling, and I've kind of got something that I'd almost forgotten as a special one. We'll talk about this in a while. That for whoever this reading would be, it would be like a very specific message. Okay, so I'm excited. We'll see how this flows. If you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, as you can see, I'm very close to the big number 1,000, and I would love it if you support the channel and you go ahead and hit subscribe. Okay, did you? Is it done? Okay, perfect. Watch the intro and I'll be right back with your pile selection. So today we have 3 different runes that you can pick from. I will give you a close-up of each of the rune. I've also put, as you may notice, some charms next to each. So you may also feel drawn to maybe the charms that you're looking at, okay? Pile number 1, we have Pertho. Yep, that's you. Pile number 2, that's Raido. Let it focus. Here you go. Okay, so that's Raido. And pile number 3, you have Gebo. Okay, focus. Here you go. Maybe this would be better. Yep, Gebo. Okay, that is pile number 3. For pile number 1, the charms are Owl and a Pebble, Dreamcatcher and a Dragonfly for pile number 2. And pile number 3, we have Hamsa and a beautiful shell. Handpicked, by the way, from the ocean by yours truly. Okay, with that, if you need more time to make your pile selection, feel free to pause the video, take some deep breaths, listen to your intuition. You may be drawn to more than one pile, and that's very, very likely for this particular reading more than any other. And we will get started with pile 1. Okay, my pile number 1, we are looking at Pertho. This literally talks about prayers being answered, okay, or a deep spiritual connection, a deep spiritual practice being developed. All right, that is the rune that you've picked. The topic is what now, what next, which means we are asking your spirit guides and mine to reveal what is unfolding from whenever you're watching this reading. It's of course a timeless reading. We will bring your owl and your pebble back into the reading. Considering they have multiple meanings as charms, I want to first see your tarot cards and your oracle cards and see where this leads us. Okay, so we have the mask, the box, the unseen, the mother. There's a little pearl there. Okay, I'm just getting some specific messages. It doesn't have to mean something for you, but if it does mean something for you, it's coming channeled in, so we'll talk about it. There's a very strong message around authenticity, being your true self. I'm sure you can make that out right away, okay? Second, pearls are deeply linked and are like a birth crystal for the zodiac sign of Aquarius. So you may have an Aquarius heavy sign. An Aquarius may be relevant for you, who's coming towards you, who's entering your life, okay? There was one more message. Yeah, okay, so authenticity and something to do with Aquarius, okay? Those two came in. I want to look at your Moonology cards, a time for healing. Wow. Sometimes I regret we don't do shuffling on camera anymore, right? We talked about Aquarius, we talked about authenticity, show the world the real you, the full moon in Aquarius. This, I think, just went by in August. Okay. There's an 8/8 portal reading that I've done with the month of August, in case you want to go back and watch it. Emotions are running high. Okay. Your tarot cards, we're only taking uprights today. 7 of Cups, the High Priestess, the Fool. Wow, 2 major arcanas here out of 5 cards. All right. Scorpio, Sagittarius, Aquarius are some zodiac signs that have come up, which means this zodiac timeline, which is whenever the Scorpio season comes in, the Aquarius season, the Sagittarius season, are significant for you when it comes to the messages and the readings that we're going to talk about. Okay. 10 of Pentacles, one of my favorite cards, if you know me. Let's pull this a little down. And hopefully we can make space. It's always the pile ones that are deciding the flow of the reading. Okay. And I know some of you always pick pile 1. And if you do let me know. You're my pile 1s who sets the tone for others. Okay, 9 of Cups. I mean, come on. We can see a lot of blessings, a lot of good cards. If you guys watch tarot frequently, you can see the happy cards here, right? I like to call them that. Okay, let's talk about what now, what next. First of all, we have to talk about the risk aversion that you're in currently and the fact that you are going to take some big risks way ahead. Okay, so there are some options that you're considering. Should I do that? Should I shift? Should I say yes? There are many options and opportunities that you're currently considering, weighing options, this road or that road. And there is a narrative inside which is almost performative to, I don't know if I'll get accepted like this. I don't know if other people would want me to be this person. I don't know if that's really me. There's this inner dialogue at play when you're currently watching this around opportunities and options, especially linked to something that some of you could literally be coming out of your closet. And you're welcome, by the way, LGBTQ plus community here. There's love for everybody. So if it's that specific message that you're coming out of your closet, you're exploring your sexuality, you're exploring who you want to be, that could be a very specific what now, what next. Okay, you're like shedding away inhibitions, fears. Yeah, just owning yourself, owning your true colors. That's the first deep message that has repeatedly come in all 3 aspects of your card. Your first archetype, then your tarot, then your moonology. So authenticity, being absolutely honest with yourself, is the first message. That's next. Second, the box and the unseen. There is a mystery that gets revealed. Okay, something out of the box. The solution that you're seeking is not yet revealed to you. So let's say you're dealing with a relationship issue and you're thinking like it's either this way or that way. I have to do it like this or that, or this is the conversation that I'm going to run it with. I'm giving you examples to kind of fit into what you're currently dealing with. Does not have to be the exact example, right? It's almost like you've considered many roads, many approach, many ways of going ahead with that conversation or that style, but it's yet not clicked the right answer. And that right answer, that right solution, that clarity of, I think this is what I want to do, is coming for you. It's interesting that you have, now I want to bring in the charms, the High Priestess and the Owl. Both of them are linked with wisdom, intuition, inner knowing, and seeing the future. The ability to observe in the dark, see what others can't see, and then use that to your benefit, to everybody's benefit, okay? So the fact that you have the unseen, the box, the High Priestess, and the Owl together, this talks to me about, number one, some of you could be developing clairvoyance. You literally can start seeing the future, and if you do, please don't disregard it. Oh, come on, that's just me daydreaming, okay? That's one of the first things that clairvoyants do. They call everything that they're seeing about the future daydreaming. Yes, you're daydreaming, but there's a difference in daydreaming and being able to actually foresee scene by scene how something's going to play out. So if you've repeatedly been given proof, evidence from your higher self, your spirit guides, that you have clairvoyance active. Everybody has clairvoyance, by the way. It's not something that is special, psychic. All of us have it. Depending upon how attuned we are to the energies, the frequencies, our inner voice, how calm we are, how connected we are to our higher self, we are able to tap into clairvoyance at different times of our lives. Okay, so it's not something special that only some people have. All of us have it. Some people are just more tuned to it. Okay, you're going to be able to see something in the near future that will give you absolute clarity around, that's it, that's my road. So if this pile has come in seeking answers around, what should I do? Is this the road? Is this the answer? The answer is coming for you. That's the message here. The answer, the clarity, the clear knowing, that knowing in the gut that yes, this is what I want to do. Yes, this is who I am. That clarity is coming your way, which of course in itself is a wish getting fulfilled, right? There's nothing more peaceful than being connected and knowing, that heart and mind connection. We keep fighting like, oh, my brain wants this, but my heart says that. I logically know I'm supposed to do this, but I emotionally feel this way. You're going to bring that integration. That's coming your way, okay? For many of you, you may be relocating to a completely different country, completely different town, a fresh new start from grassroots zero. Some of you may be relocating back to one of your ancestors' place. 10 of Pentacles is hereditary, ancestors, ancestral lineage. And these two together talk about you can start fresh. You can always go back to zero. You can always go back to basics, because you should know that even when you're starting from scratch, even if something has failed in the past, you're a startup owner, it didn't work out the last time, failed, you now have an out of the box thinking. It's very risky. The Fool talks about risk, calculated risk, known risk, and you're asking yourself, is it going to be okay if I start all over again? This spread, this is a confirmation. Yes, my love. Yes, your prayers can get heard. You're being answered, but you need to take that first step. Why? Because every mistake you've made in the past, every failed relationship that you've had in the past, every job that you did not like, every friendship that went down was not just a lesson, not a punishment. It's become your wisdom. Okay, so even when you think that you're starting from zero, you're never starting from zero. You've already acquired years and years and years of mastery around something. And this also comes down from a DNA lineage. Okay. Many of you who've been planning, hoping, thinking, desiring to win any kind of a property dispute, it will work out in your favor, like vanilla flavor. Okay. Just don't let hyper reactivity, like, in a court case, we sometimes say things that we didn't mean it. That's the only word of caution here, okay? The High Priestess and the Mother showing together could also be talking about some of you literally conceiving, like wanting to welcome a new child, a fool, a new journey. Motherhood is a completely new part. Parenting is a new part, and that could be a wish getting fulfilled. This also links to, again, legacy. What are you leaving behind? Some of you, this could be a literal child entering your life, adoption, or biologically, or whichever way, and that is what is entering into your life. That's what's next. That's what's now. For those of you who are not in that phase, this literally could be talking about creating something that is end to end your own. If you've so far always just worked for other people, you may not have to leave your job, but you may now start thinking about, okay, this is my own. This is what I own. I created. I made this. That legacy, that impact is what's coming true for you. And many of you may be listening to this and say, like, I don't even have a vision. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm so lost sometimes. My loves, my pile number one, I want to tell you that the message here is loud and clear. You're not lost. You're not at all lost. Stop saying that to yourself. That's the only guidance I'll give you. Even when you're thinking like, I don't know where I'm going, you have to trust that your higher self knows what it's doing, where it is. Okay, and instead of pushing, some of you are artists or into the artistic field, there's a specific message here for you guys. Don't push yourself to be different, to think something unique, to, oh, everybody's created this, why will somebody like to watch this from me? Everybody has done this in the past, what is it so special that I'm going to do? No, you have a unique voice. You don't have to go think about something first time ever and originality. you can copy someone and yet have a beautiful, unique perspective towards it. This could be even true for your work or your relationships aspect that's coming in as a message. If you're scared that, what if everybody thinks that change is a bad thing, like I'm being a hypocrite by changing what I've believed in, there's nothing wrong in that. That's evolution. Correct? So show the world the real you, all the healing, all the mental. This pile has an overthinking issue, like crazy overthinking issue. Everybody overthinks, not you alone. But when I say overthinking issue, I mean like you spiral into it. Okay, that clarity that you've been hoping is coming your way. I think I already covered the zodiac signs that are important. So November, December, whenever the next November, December is significant for this particular pile. So is January. So November, December, January, maybe till the end of February, you're going to see all of these wish fulfillment coming in. Traveling is very heavily coming up for you guys. Fool always talks about taking journeys, many times long distance journey. One word of caution for anybody thinking of a relocation or a change. Don't do things in your mind first. In the sense, don't create assumptions that you're already ready to move. Just live in the present moment. What I'm trying to say here is, let's say you're exploring an option that you want to move, let's say move to Spain, okay? And in your mind, you've created a version of Spain, how you're going to live, what you're going to do, what you're going to like. The message here is that it would be much more helpful for you if you don't create those narratives yet, because maybe you visit the place and you realize, okay, I don't know if I really want to be here for the rest of my life. Okay, and that's not going to be a bad thing. That's just a pivot to something else that you're going towards. I'm not saying like you need to drop your dream of relocation. All I'm saying is, don't restrict yourself, don't limit yourself with your own imagination. Like, just be in the present moment, observe your own emotions at the present moment, label what you're feeling at every given moment. This is not just for those who are relocating. I'm just saying what your cards are saying. Observe instead of react. Label instead of judge, which means I can call something like, oh, I'm feeling anxious right now. Emotions are running high. I'm feeling anxious. That's okay. I'm feeling anxious. I'm not an anxious ball. I am not the anxiety. I'm feeling anxiety. Difference, right? And we don't always have to act upon it. That's another thing. Okay, very few of you, but a very specific message. Some of you have not known something about the lineage of your mother's line, your maternal side, and something would be revealed to you. Okay, and I don't think it's a bad thing or a good thing. It's just a thing. Okay, it's just something that makes you feel like, okay, so I didn't know that's from my mother's side. Just a piece of information which is more like okay, I hear you kind of thing. Okay, not that you have a huge emotional reaction to it, but it will get revealed. Okay, some of you, very few of you, this is not to scare you. This can also be talking about what's next, a hidden chronic disease that you perhaps didn't know of. And it's a good thing at the end of the day if it comes out. You'll get to know about it, like, oh, I have this condition, or oh, I have to take care of this because I just got to know that I've been diagnosed with this. Okay, some sort of a diagnosis which has perhaps gone undiagnosed so far is what is coming out. And suddenly when you get to hear, oh, this is what's going on, it just all makes sense. And that's when the window for healing opens. Maybe some of you have just entered this reading knowing something that, oh, I didn't know I had this condition and I just got to know, so now I'm figuring out how do I heal from it. If you have so far loved what I've just shared with you, sounds like, yep, that's where I am emotionally, that's what I'm expecting, or I'd like to claim the blessings, the guidance that has come in, I want you guys to leave me a little apple emoji in the comment section below. That tells me that you're my pile one. All the pebbles on the way are just pebbles on the way, my love. There is a deep wish fulfillment, especially related to your family, your heritage, your legacy, and home building. If you're asking, like, do you see love on the cards? Yes, I see love on the cards, but not in the kind of sense like, oh, you're going to get married tomorrow. No, I'm not going to say that because I'm not seeing that. What I'm rather seeing is you becoming more of yourself, you shedding what is not you anymore. And then that leads you to people who are more like you. Okay, I'm not saying like a deep romantic love showing up for this pile, at least in the near future. again, like I said, don't give power to the cards. Okay, some sort of a prayer, my love, is getting answered. A very beautiful message here. Some of your mother's prayers may be also getting answered. Like maybe she wished something for you, she wants something for you, and she's prayed to it for God. Oh, so sweet. This energy is so sweet. And she's been heard. Okay, and that blessing's coming for you. All right. This part of the reading, I had almost literally forgotten, like about 2-3 years ago, I had made some chits. Okay. So we're gonna pull out some random messages. Okay. These have like personality types. These has MBTI, enneagram personality types. This has like prompts like journaling or archangels. I mean, I don't know. I don't even remember. It's been 2 years since I made them, and I literally forgot about them. And then suddenly I was like, hey, I want to use those. Okay, so let's see what comes out for you. Interesting. Hinduism. That's literally the spiritual message that we talked about at the very starting. Some prayers coming answered. Goal setting and planning, the waxing crescent moon. Whenever you're watching this, there's the next waxing crescent moon is a good time to set some pen to paper goals. Okay, let's see next. Children. I think we talked about motherhood enough, and parenting, and you being a child, whichever way you want to see this. And siblings. Okay, family members, legacy, family. One last one. And we will wrap this reading for my pile ones. We have an enneagram personality type. Somebody with an 8-wing 9 is relevant for you guys. Okay. I hope you've liked this. This was pretty impromptu. And if you did, don't forget to hit that like button. A tiny like goes a long way. And I'll see you in your next one. Bye. And welcome my pile number 2s. Yeah, Raido. Okay, your charms were, one second, the dream catcher. We'll see how this plays in because the dream catcher has multiple meanings, and the dragonfly. Spirituality and journey is already very deep here. Okay, and dream travel, astral travel, dream walking, sleepwalking, something to do with sleep. Okay, let's see. We're going to look at, the topic, what's now, what next. Okay, so that's literally a very open-ended reading. We'll see. We have the forest. You see the mysticism here. Dragonfly, dreamcatcher, forest. There's this aura of pile number 2. Okay, very strong. Eros, interesting. I hope you guys can see them. The hunter, the forest and the hunter. The year of the horse could be relevant for this pile. Honestly, I don't know any other year of the horse except 1990, which is because I am a horse. But the year of the horse could be relevant here. There are other years. Look it up. I think one is coming in the next 2-3 years. I can't be sure, but look it up. Okay, year of the horse is the Chinese zodiac. And the sword. There's this theme here, right? Like hunter, forest, sword. And the sword here typically means decision. Okay, this is not that sort of like violence, but it's more of a hunter with the sword is almost like the tool and the guy together. Sometimes I miss. Tell me if you guys want me to shuffle on camera again. We used to do that earlier. I kind of like just to save time, and we kind of stopped doing that mostly. Okay, hold your vision. Fixed moon. Be bold and make the first action. Cardinal moon. Okay, the cardinal signs, fixed signs. We have both. We don't have the mutable. Did you notice that? Okay. What do you need to release? The waning moon. Okay. Now your tarot cards. We're taking uprights only. We have the hermit. September is when I'm uploading this. Not relevant if you're watching this later. But that tells me literally something's playing out while you're watching this. Okay. So your what now and what next is almost like the now and the next is intertwined together. Hermit is also linked to Virgos. Hermit is also linked to, I think I already said that, September. Okay, 5 of Pentacles. Oh, okay, I'll just wait for all the cards and then we talk. Magician. We have 2 major arcanas. Pile 1 also had 2 major arcanas, and I've kind of shuffled a lot, and yet in 5 cards we have 2 piles now, 2 major arcanas. Ace of Cups, that's 2 ones. So November is now coming in strong from you guys. So is the Gemini season, which is the Magician's card. Okay, let's see if I can put this here. You guys can see. I hope you guys can see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And the last card. Oh my God. Cups, 2 of Cups. I think anybody who watches tarot now by now knows that's a lot of love in your reading. Love as a frequency, love as an energy. Okay. Okay. Let's start with your rune first. Yep, the Raido. The Raido talks about journey, progress, movement, moving ahead, moving further. Okay. Look at the fact that you have the hunter, which is a horse. There's a place, which is forest. Okay. And then there is this mountains, wind, cold, isolation. This pile, I feel like as if you've spent a lot of time in spiritual isolation. What I mean by that is like you could be in like, I'm not saying like you're sitting on a mountain like a hermit, but it's more like you've spent a lot of years introspecting, improving yourself, working on your shadows. Like you're not somebody who just watches tarot readings, and I love you if you're not that kind, like, because those kind of people are rare. Some people would just watch a tarot reading, maybe journal off and on, and then just kind of forget about it, right? And they just leave it to whatever it is. And some of us are literally self-improvement junkie, self-awareness junkie. High five if you are too, okay? So for me, life is always about, am I getting better? What new things am I learning? How well do I know myself? How well do I understand the world I'm in? You know what I'm trying to say, right? So curiosity, introspection, self-awareness, self-improvement. You've been on this journey for maybe 7 to 9 years now, okay? So as an energy, you've kind of, I don't want to say you've become wise, because that's just ego. You're just closer to being self-aware. You value the wisdom of the ancient and the new both, which means that you value history, you value mysticism, you value art as much as you value science and maths. There's this balance around the fact that you understand that each aspect of life is actually helpful, and in balance they can be very well integrated. Okay, you study yourself, you observe life very closely, you care to feel things first, okay, and think about things first. You're like a natural intellectualizer, if that's the word, of everything. Okay, maybe also to the extent that that's where the Virgo energy shows up and the Gemini energy shows up. Both of them are ruled by Mercury. Some of you could literally be in your Mercury Mahadasha, by the way. Okay, but both of them showing up, Virgo and Gemini, sister signs, their connection is intellect, analysis. So you are somebody who can analyze something, who can be very precise, who would know all aspects of why something will work and why something will not work. You've lived from your brain for the most part of your life. Okay, if I've said things that you resonate with, that I just defined you, leave me a brain emoji that tells me that you're my pile 1, and I can resonate so much with you. Some of you may have, I'm just giving you astrology tidbits as well, because I know some of you know your birth chart very well, some of you know your numerology very well. So those are important things, right? We are in the year of 9, 2025. I'm recording this literally on the 999 portal day. Okay, there was a long recording I didn't really come out, the recording sound, something was wrong, and like I said in the intro, this was pretty impromptu. Okay, so 999, and I see that number 9 here again. Okay, you're completing something. That isolation, I don't want to call it lack, but more like a lack of connection that you've had, a lack of reciprocation that you felt when it comes to these deeper desires of connection. Okay, when I say deeper desires of connection, if you are somebody who's like an intellectual person, you want to have people around you who you can have those kind of conversations with, right? If you're somebody who feels very deeply and then wants to share about their emotions, the reciprocation here is to kind of find those kind of people who understand emotions and who want to talk about emotions, right? There is this energy of what's next, union. You're done with your years of isolation. You're done with your years of learning alone, doing it all alone, feeling a sense of lack that, oh, I have to do this all alone. This is even financial. This is even professional. This is even romantic. I'm talking about all aspects, okay? From this, and this hunter with the horse also talks about hyper freedom, right? Hyper freedom in the sense, okay, wait, I said the wrong word. Hyper independence, okay? It's a trauma response. We all know that, right? I can do this all on my own. Yes, we can all do everything on our own and we are capable, but it's good to have people around us. It's good to have a supportive system around us. What's next? You're getting that supportive system. What's next? You're growing that deep love within you that starts to overflow and literally starts pulling people towards you who understand your love language. What's next? This pile has constantly struggled with finding people who actually naturally have chemistry with, who you can, I'm literally hearing the word vibe and jibe. I don't know why, but that's what I'm hearing. So that's what I'll say. You can vibe and jibe with. Yeah, that's next. A soul tribe, a connection. And I don't see like a large group. That's never going to be you, perhaps. More one-on-one deep conversations with friends, with people who are like-minded, with people who see you for who you are and like you and enjoy you, and vice versa. Okay. There's also this message moving on to what's next. Magician is always about having enough resources. If you're sitting there thinking, can I do this? I don't know. There's so much unknown. The forest holds so many unknown demons, right? It's that area of uncharted territory. The message here is hold the vision that you have. Okay. If there's a desire, a dream, a purpose, a goal that you know you've learned it, for most people in this pile, you have many. I think for this pile, the question is, Dwitiya, you're thinking, sitting here like, I have so many ideas. I have so many desires. Yeah. Tell me if that's you, okay? I have so many thoughts. I don't know which one to act upon. And then they scare me. And then I end up doing nothing. Okay. If that's who you are, what's next for you and what's the guidance for you? Pick any two visions. Any two. Okay. And I'll say something which maybe will resonate with some of you and tell me if it does. Those of us who have so many vision and so many ideas, sometimes we're not taking action because we feel that if I take action on X road or X action or X journey, then I will miss out and there'll be no other way for me to pivot and go towards that other idea, because it's either this or either that. How this is a short life, how will I pivot to something else? And I understand that's what happens to most of us, right? I want to learn German, but I also want to become a doctor, let's say, like very different paths which perhaps to you at that moment of time are not intertwined. Okay, and hence you're not taking any action. The message here is, or the reminder here is, if that is worth doing, and if it's an idea that's truly true for you, trust me, there are enough stories that you would also hear about and you know about, that there is no end to how many pivots we can create in our life where things intersect. So if you're asking, I don't know, why did I learn that language if I was not interested in doing XYZ? That time is not wasted. Any time that you've spent in acquiring any kind of a skill, resource, community is not wasted. Okay, and you don't have to sit there and ask yourself, did I make a good decision? Am I doing the right thing? SWOT is decisiveness. Make a decision, hold the vision, go after it. You're not going to miss out on anything. Okay, so if you're getting an inkling, okay, that I'm sometimes feeling like 60% of the time this is what I want to do, but then there's this 40% of the time that is very contradictory to it. Maybe you just want to pick up what you want to do 60% of the time, go head on after it for 1 full year and see where you are next year. And I promise you that other 40% of the idea that you feel you're going to miss out on, if the year from now you really want to pivot from this, you really want to go towards that road, it's still going to be there for you. Okay, I don't know what better clear sign, assurance can spirit guides give you, okay, through this reading or otherwise, which clearly says, what are you to scare? Just go walk towards any road and we'll be there with you. Okay, you can always go back and pick another road. So if you're sitting there in analysis paralysis, typical Virgo Gemini issues, make an action. And you can always go back and pick the other road. And nobody will judge you. No time will be wasted. You won't end up harming anyone. Okay. So if you're sitting there waiting for a sign, please ensure this is the last sign that you needed. Okay. Go do it. Okay, literally says be bold and make the first action. For those of you who are looking for love, romance, single, come on. Somebody is literally sitting there and manifesting you. Okay, literally somebody is manifesting you harder than you are. Eros is all about intimacy, togetherness, passion. Okay, Ace of Cups is new love, renewed love, rekindled love. Two of Cups is partnerships and love and exchange of each other's thing. Okay, if you are in a relationship and you've been feeling kind of like, even though I'm in a relationship, I feel pretty cut off. I feel pretty alone most of the time. I've always had to be like, I don't know, like away. That's ending. What you need to release, that question. Now I want to talk about that. The lack. You believe that if you do one thing, universe will punish you for not choosing the other. There is no punishment, there is no wrong turn, there is no bad moves that you're going to make. And that is the assurance that spirit wants to come in and give you here. Okay, you want to go learn a language, go learn a language. Okay, you want to study something completely different to what your field is, go do it. You're not making a bad move. The only thing you need to release is indecision. That's it. Make a decision. The sword is all about a decision. Be the hunter, steadfast vision, focus, and then let life happen. Pile twos, your reading is so inspiring, so energizing. Okay, I just got to say this. Okay, Ace of Cups always also talks about you can only give from a full cup, right? You can only do for others when you have enough for yourself. So if you ever feel like I'm depleted, I can't have more conversations, stop guilt tripping yourself like, oh, I hope that other person's not feeling bad. It's okay. You don't have to be rude about it. You can be polite. You can set a nice boundary and then step out of the conversation. I'm just giving the example of a conversation, could be anything. Love yourself first to love others the more than you can. Okay? Any form of partnerships are supremely healthy for you right now. Any form, business partnerships, study buddies, a mentor and a coach, friendship. Okay, partnerships is what is next for you. And movement and forward progress movement. Okay, the dream catcher here is literally protection of dreams. Okay, dream catchers were used to protect you from nightmares. There is no bad turn. That's what's repeatedly being said. Keep a dream journal if you're not already using one, because you will get some psychic downloads there. The dragonfly literally talks about progress, evolution, spirituality. Okay, there is enough forward momentum. If you're sitting there feeling like, oh, I've been stagnant for so long, nothing's changing, it's always the same thing, change is coming. Are you ready for it? Okay, if you've liked this reading, I've given you some guidance, clarity, inspiration. Okay, I think I give you timelines, right? Gemini season, Virgo season, whenever you're watching this, whenever is the next Gemini and Virgo season, whenever is the next, every cardinal and fixed moon is a good timeline for you to set up something new or make some progressive action. Okay, we're going to come to the last part of the reading, the surprise part. I literally forgotten 2 years ago, we've made these chits. Okay, this literally has character traits, family, people, just random things written on it. And I've used them in the past 2 years ago somewhere for readings, okay? And I forgot about them. So we're going to use these and see what additional messages come in. If you've so far stuck around, I want you guys to leave me a horse emoji. Tells me that you're my pile number 2 and my fellow horses, okay? Let's see. First message for you. This is an archangel. Okay. Sandalphone, the bringer of clear intention. Oh, wow. The bringer of clear intentions. Okay. That's an archangel, right? Law of attraction. The magician talks about this. You have all the resources. What are you creating with them? Doubt, fear, or faith and courage. Law of attraction. You've been asked to study more about it. If you've not, use it if you're not using it. Books. I know this you would love. More books, more knowledge. My Virgos and Geminis. Even if I'm saying Virgos and Geminis, I'm not saying you are that. I'm saying that you have those mercurial tendencies here. Okay. Two wing one, which is in anagram type. Okay. Ambition, interesting. Big, dream big, think big. Okay, we have two more. Food, food, books, ambition. Are you guys planning a restaurant? Okay, or a cookery book, or a recipe book, or a food channel, or a food blog? I don't know. I'm just giving ideas, guys. I don't know, but I'd love to know if you guys want to share. 911. It's almost like there's an urgency. Can you sense it? Like the spirit wants to create like this urgency in you to make movement. I feel like it's these were addictive, you know, like I just remember these are very addictive. I want to keep pulling them. So I'll give you two more. INFJ is an MBTI personality type. You have two personality types here, by the way. People again, see? And Saturn. Interesting. This again brings me back to that message of isolation. You are a very responsible person and you tend to isolate yourself maybe sometimes because you feel you're a burden. Okay, to share, to tell other people your dreams are a burden, your goals are a burden. That is changing. It's time to shift that. It's time to remember that you bring in value into other people's life like others bring in value into yours. Okay, love doing this. Was pretty impromptu. Tell me what you thought about it. Hit the like button, goes a long way for me. Thank you again for spending your time with me. Until the next reading, bye bye. Last and never the least, my pile number 3s. We're talking about the Gebo. It literally is a gift. This rune talks about what's next, a gift. Okay, we'll see what that gift unfolds. We'll use your charms once we've seen, because the charms, of course, mean multiple things depending on what cards come out for you. Okay, let's look at. Okay, I didn't say this for pile 1 or pile 2, but I want to tell you guys, like, watch the reading 5 years fast forward. And there's a reading I have done around ancestral healing, which would help you guys. Okay, we've not seen the cards yet, but that just came in, so I thought I'll tell you that. Okay, what's now and what's next? Orphan, interesting. You may have been drawn to pile 2, by the way, as well. Okay, because I don't know, there's a connection I can sense. The tear. Very funny. Whose baby is crying? That's the word I heard. I don't know, means something for someone here. I'm a clairaudient, so I say what I hear when I do these readings. Agape, interesting. And the crone, the child and the crone. Do you notice that? The crone is the old woman, right? And we have the child, almost like the cycle of life. Okay, let's see. New moon in Capricorn happens in the month of January. Whenever you're seeing this, your hard work is paying off. The goat energy. Nothing is set in stone yet. Mutable moon. Yeah, I think pile 2 3s, you should watch pile 1. They had the fixed and the cardinal. The only moon they were missing was this card. It's almost like those two together make sense. Okay, energy is gaining momentum. Interesting. We're only taking uprights today, by the way, guys. 6 of Cups. 2 of Wands. Okay, I will forget. So I'll tell you one message that I'm getting very clearly, even though we've not seen all the cards. Have you abandoned a childhood dream? Almost like with anger for some of you, and for others, it's just forgotten. A childhood vision, a childhood dream that you abandoned or you let go of because you felt like it's impossible. It's just never going to happen for you. And so you just quit on it. Okay. This from some of you, very few of you, if you believe in it, is coming from even past life. Okay. There is a vision, there is an idea, a desire that you've had or you cultivated for quite a while. Either your inner child did or your past life was, and then you just let go of it. Like, it's just never going to happen for me. And it's almost like there's a portal opening that gives you an insight into, hey, hold on. Picture abhi baki hai mere dost. Okay. 3 of Pentacles. Beautiful energies, pile number 3s. 4 of Pentacles. That's 2 Pentacle cards now. And and 9 of Swords. Okay. This pile has had some form of a prolonged, in the past at least, okay? And you probably, this is hereditary, like your mother or your grandmother or somebody in your family lineage has had it, like deep concerns around anxiety, depression, or some sort of a bipolar, something to do with mental health, okay? Something to do with, or even phobia, maybe not mental health completely, like some sort of a phobia, okay? That you're scared of. You're scared of water, you're scared of snakes, you're scared of something really, really hard, okay? And it comes either again as a childhood trauma, but for most of you comes as like passed on, okay? And there's this, some of you may even have sleep issues. While you're watching this, it's almost like you can't sleep straight for 6 hours, okay? Like you wake up 4 times in the night and it's just a very disturbed, broken sleep. That's the energy, okay? How do you come out of it? Grounding. This pile really needs Mooladhara balancing, okay? The Yoni Mudra, the walking on the grass barefoot, just taking some deep breaths, observing your feet, okay? Just stand up for a minute, do it with me. Stand up, put both your feet on the ground, take 2 deep breaths and try to think of nothing else. Just observe how the feeling of the touch of the feet to the ground feels. Are you doing it with me? Leave me 2 feet if you just did that with me. That will tell me like you did it, okay? Leave me 2 feet emoji in the comment section below. Just stand and observe how your body is connected to earth. What are you feeling at the under your feet? There's this grounding energy that you need, okay? Like you're here and now, you're safe, you're protected, everything's okay, you're going to be fine. I don't know why I this reading, this third pile has a very different energy from 1 and 2. I almost feel like I want to help you do like a guided meditation. I don't know why I'm saying that. I've never said that in any of the readings, but it's almost like sit down, take it easy, don't hold so hard. You're going to be okay. Okay? There's a lot of worries that you're holding, which has a physical impact on you right now, pile 1. Like cortisol, we all understand that, right? We keep gaining weight because of stress, because we are on a loop of stress, and then our belly fat doesn't go down, something like that, or maybe exactly like that. Okay, that anxiety is what I'm catching very strongly, that fear, that restlessness. Okay, so grounding is the first message. What's next? Learning how to ground yourself. You spiral a lot, and that's a deep gift coming your way. It's almost like you've never known what it feels like. Maybe you have ADHD, like me. I understand it. Like you don't know what it means to have a quiet mind. You've never really experienced that sensation wherein you're not thinking anything. It's like you've tried meditation, doesn't work for you, tried this, tried that. You just can't get to a quiet place. Not just externally, internally. And that quiet is the gift that you're receiving. You very soon experience for the very first time what it feels like to be just still. Okay? That's a message. I know may not be for everybody, but I think most of the people who in this pile will resonate with this. Okay, there's this Mooladhara. I almost also saw this red jasper. Pick this up for you right here in front of me. Red jasper is a crystal I recommend you work with. Okay, it helps ground you. Visualizing the color red will really help. I want to keep that here for your energy. Okay. What's next? You letting go of things. Okay. This pile's deepest lesson is to let go. Okay. And let go not because you can't have it, not because it's not meant for you. Because the harder you're trying to chase against something, that money, that job, that relationship, that beautiful body, it's like your chase itself has become your misery. Okay, and that's like a loop. I'm not saying that about one thing in your life. If somebody sits with you with pile number 3s, they'll say like, oh, you know what, I wanted really good grades and I studied so hard and I used to study all the time, but I still didn't get good grades. Oh, I really wanted to be with that guy, and I did everything for him, but I never. It's almost like you're doing a lot, you do all the efforts, you go all the way, you're chasing it head on, and then it just doesn't work out. And then that makes you feel like, oh, I'm just cursed. You're not cursed. No, baby, you're not cursed. The universe is not against you. The lesson here is to learn ebb and flow. You see, the first message here was your hard work is paying off. So everything that you've done in the past, the love that you've given, the study that you've done, okay, those are, you see this, I love the beautiful description of Four of Pentacles in this particular deck, okay. Four of Pentacles is somebody holding something too hard. It is a card of gratitude, okay. It's also a card of like you're scared that what you've had is the best that you'd ever get, and that mindset is a sense of lack, okay. This talks about everything that you've lost has actually gone to your roots, has actually made you wiser, stronger, smarter, hotter, sharper, okay. So if you're sitting there thinking, yeah, I tried so hard and that didn't work out, I don't know why I keep trying things and I'm cursed. No, baby, you're not cursed. Your journey looks very different to other people in the sense, and I know that almost sounds cliche, but I'll give you in what context. You can't always foresee the gift that you would receive by doing or giving something out to the world, because it doesn't come back to you in that same moment, in that same package. For example, let's say you set really good intentions towards someone. You're being a really nice friend to someone, right? You do all the right things. You have a safe space for them. You hold them. You take care of them. Whatever it is, whatever friendship means to you, you've done it, okay? Now, with somebody else's story, you would call it a success, because when you see that the other person also became a good friend of this person, right? So reciprocation happened. So the relationship went well, right? But in your story, maybe that same person will not give it back to you in the same way, okay? Maybe they won't become a good friend to you. Maybe after some years they have a fallout. Maybe you hear something that is almost like a betrayal, and then you start asking yourself, wow, am I cursed? I did everything right. I had the good intention here. Why would universe do this for me? And a lot of these whys continue to hound you, continue to haunt you, okay? And it's almost like because they haunt you so much, you don't notice, or you've created a cognitive bias, if I'm making sense, when the universe actually sends it back to you in maybe two folds. So for example, maybe that friend didn't become a good friend to you, but you're not noticing that 3 other people have stood beside you through thick and thin, harder and stronger than maybe what even you did for your friend. Does that make sense in the example of friendship? Like, yes, you gave a lot to one person, and yes, that maybe that one person didn't give it back to you, but are you noticing the 3 other people who came out and supported you and helped you and became a good friend of yours? That is how your journey is. It's almost like what you chase after may not really come back in that same way, but it doesn't mean that you stop trying. It doesn't mean you don't love. It doesn't mean you don't give out to the world. It just means that you have to expect that it's going to come back to me in a very weird or a different way. I hope I could give that message, because that was the core of your energy that I'm reading, pile number 3. Very different from 1 and 2. Hence, I would tell you, if you want like a different kind of a message, you may want to listen to pile 2 as well, but very specific, came in very strongly, okay? What's unfolding? A soulmate returns, or a soulmate enters your life who has very complementary skill sets with you. When I say soulmate, this could even be a work person, okay? It doesn't have to be like a romantic soulmate or a friend or anybody, okay? Somebody in your life who has complementary skill sets as you, who's a great teammate to you, and together you would realize, oh, I also had this vision. Oh, I also wanted to do that. Let's say in a context of relationship, this person completes you, you're already complete in the way you are. I strongly believe in that. What I'm trying to say, complements you in certain ways that you didn't realize. Oh yeah, if I'm with somebody like this, my life gets easy. Yeah. And when in a conversation or in the way of the lifestyle, you both realize, hey, we're very similar. Hey, I also want this. 2 of Wands is sharing the vision with someone. Okay. And you get the ability to share your vision with someone. And then, my love, by the way, I hope you know, I have a tattoo of that. Okay. Then comes the Hamsa, the abundance, the prosperity. Okay. This, when reversed, is also protection, by the way. So it's abundance and protection. Okay. There's this message here that you're protected. You're already very protected. It's almost like you can't sense how many ways, how many rejections were just deep protection from universe. In how many ways your hard work has not gone wasted, has rather become like a prize, like a gift that you've accumulated. over time. And you can cry. I'm not saying you're not allowed to hold self-pity. That's also a message from your guides here. You can shed all the tears you want. You can cry a river because your emotions are still valid. It hurts when we love somebody or we do something right or we hold good intentions and it doesn't come back to us from the same person. There's no gaslighting what you're really feeling. But there's just message here that while you cry for it, while you worry about it, just know that you're blessed. You're not forgotten by the universe. Okay? And as time unfolds, as the period unfolds, you'd start noticing what I just said to you even more. Maybe you just came into this reading to just hear this message. What's next? You seeing these blessings. You realizing these blessings. Okay? The energy of crow is very significant. So if you observe a crow or you watch a crow, that's your ancestors coming in. Okay? I'm literally doing this reading during Pitru Paksha on the 999. So that's also your ancestors coming in. Their blessings are with you. Their protection is with you. Okay? This is from the deep sea. I think this was from Vizag. I'm not sure. But this is seashells. It always talks about the hidden gems, the hidden jewels. Okay? This pile I strongly recommend, and you will start doing it whether or not you realize it or not. Maybe you're already doing it and you don't realize it. Inner child healing is a consistent work for you till the time you go to grave. And you may say like, what? That means I'm never going to be. Inner child work is not something that you do once and you're like, done. Yeah, done. I've kind of helped my inner child and I don't need any support anymore. It's a continuous work. Okay? It's like brushing your teeth. You go back and you learn something new about your childhood, about your aspirations. And hence, for this pile, children, surrounding yourself with children, inner child work, going back to the visions of your past is going to be a recurring theme. And that's what's coming up for you. Okay, if this has resonated so far, leave me a little crow emoji in the comment section below. Tells me you're my very, very deep pile threes. Okay, the threes are always a little different. I don't know why. Okay, we are coming to the last part of the reading. 2 years ago, we had made these random chits and I had decided to like kind of use them in readings and then kind of just lost track. Today, woke up and just thought like, hey, I want to use those. Adapt. Flexibility, my friend. You can hold your vision and know, you know, like be very strong about what you want from your life, but don't get so rigid about how you want it to come. ESTP. I literally felt like I'm reading for ESTPs. So for other piles, I said this is like an MBTI group personality trait from somebody like an ESTP entering your life. I think many of you could maybe have very strong ESTP. Wow. In anagram 8 wing 7. That's me, by the way. That's my personality type. So maybe that's me reading for you, but there's also something like it could be your personality type. It could be like you're getting. And by the way, one of the things that this personality type needs to learn is adaptation. Okay. The year 2000, rupees 2000. That's a specific number. I'm told you these are random chits. These will mean different things to different people. Rethink and adapt. Now that's coming twice. Nothing is set in stone. Are you thinking of a very catastrophic ending to something? Okay? Rethink, reconsider. That's your message. Forgive. Oh my God, pile number 3s. Can you see the recurring theme here? Forgive yourself. I almost want to say like forgive yourself. You hold yourself to these standards like of really high standards and then you start getting very upset at yourself. So this deep judgment is mostly for this pile, for yourself. Forgiveness for somebody else could also be coming your way, but more likely forgive yourself. Now we got to talk about the candle. I almost said it thrice, but I didn't. Candle meditation can help you, but this time it's like, wow. Light a candle, make a wish, send it out to the universe and then let it go. Don't hold on to it, okay? Let's see. Journal, okay? See, inner child work, forgive, rethink, adapt. We're getting those themes. Last one. In Nanogram 9. I hope I've given you clarity, insights, inspiration. I strongly recommend you watch pile number 2 as well, pile number 3. Thank you so much, as always, for spending your time with me, for letting me read for you. Love doing what I do. It's 11 o'clock on a Wednesday night. And I think by the time you'll see it, it's a Thursday. Have a great, great day, night, whenever you're watching this. Hit like if this helped you. Goes a long way. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.